Alright, YouTube. This is kind of an update to the update video. Uh, when we started all this, I wanted to, build a new engine for the S10, and I wanted to twin turbo it. My son and I had made a decision that's what we were going to do. Well, after we spent a ton of money on that Holley sniper, we had nothing but headaches. I've heard people had success. I've heard people have headaches out of it. We had nothing but headaches. IAC was all over the place. Air fuel ratio was all over the place. We changed stuff. We done stuff. We talked to Holley to the point I was blue in the face, and I got tired of messing with it. Well, maybe this ain't communicating with this. Well, did you do this? Did you do this? I just got tired of it. I got frustrated, which with me is it takes quite a bit. And I took it all off and I sold it to a friend of mine. I got pretty close to what I paid for out of it, so I wasn't really hurt about it. Then we put the single plane on it, of course, so I just put a carburetor on it. We started out, I robbed one off the wife's El Camino while I was waiting on one to get here. I wanted to drive the truck. That was the whole thing. I spent all this money on this engine, transmission, rear end, drive shaft, all this work to this truck. I wanted to drive it. And I said, screw it, I'll just put nitrous on it. Well, then I thought, well, it'd be cool to put a tunnel ram on it. So I found that Holley Pro Dominator. It had been hydro dipped. The guy wanted 600, he came down to 500, I bought it. Actually, his son bought it. And we put it on, bought in the carburetor, and we're where we're at now. And I was just going to put a plate kit under both of them and run it, put it like a 150 shot or something under each one and go with it. The rings are gapped for boost, so I know they'd be safe for nitrous. The cam is actually set up for boost or nitrous, either one. And I kept taking the exhaust off and on, as you see in other videos, and I kept thinking, is there a different way I can get this turbo in there? And the thing with that truck, the problem with it was you couldn't let the turbo go down too far, because then you got to worry about the front tire making contact with it. If when the suspension compresses and cycles, you got to worry about it hitting the tire. There's not a lot of room there. And then also try to keep it where you can put a hood on it, because I did want to put a hood on it. And I'm like, okay. So I kept playing around with it, and by myself, I couldn't hold everything up there and try to get it where I wanted it. I tried propping it up on the tire and trying to get it, and I couldn't do it. Well, the other day, my oldest was here, and we were out there, and my son and I were messing around with the truck. And I'd been trying to do this. I've been trying to figure out how to make this work. The main problem I had was the alternator was in the way. It was really close to the compressor housing with the turbo straight forward, and then also there was absolutely nowhere to put a wastegate. And that was making me mad. So at that point, we put the radiator back up front, got where we are now, and we were sitting there, and my oldest says, he's looking at the turbo. He says, that turbo is set in there sideways. I'm like, what? Sideways? Yeah. I said, no. He says, not completely sideways, but at an angle. So one was holding the turbo, one was holding the elbow, another one's up there measuring, looking about what I need to cut out of a piece of pipe. And so we made a little piece up, and we cut it down twice and got the angle right. Well, then the turbo wouldn't come up, it hit the fender. So I trimmed the inside of the fender out. I still got 2.5 inches in the wheel well arch down there. I didn't get into the outer part of the fender, it's just that inner piece. Got the turbo up there, and it fit perfect. Grabbed the wastegate, stuck it on there, run the tube straight down or run it back wherever I want. Fit perfect. So then we took that piece and flipped it, took it to the driver's side, hung the turbo up there. Fit perfect. Even give me more room for my wastegate over there, because I wanted to use the water cooling feature on the wastegates, and I couldn't, because no matter where I rotated it, one of the fittings was like 1/4 inch from the valve cover. Now I have room to put the water fittings in them. I looked at my youngest and I said, we're going to go back to boosting this thing. So I put everything on top, took pictures of all that, put it up for sale. Got somebody who wanted it, got it sold. I've got to go pull it off this weekend. I'm going to probably powder coat the single plane to match the block, or use self-etching primer and paint and clear it and put it on there. Uh, I don't have to buy a new fuel pump. I'm going to run both of them so I have more flow, because they'll provide more than enough pressure. Because when you boost reference it, you have to have so much pressure at the carburetor, then you have to have that much more pressure. Whatever boost you run, you have to increase the pressure by pound per pound. And I'm just going to buy two new. I've already got them bought. Their Aeromotive regulators. The MagnaFuel ones wouldn't work that I wanted to use because they only went to like 12 pounds of fuel pressure. So, and then another one I found only went to like 16, and the ones I got will go up to 30 pounds. So that gives me plenty of room. We got the gate sprung right now at 4.5 pounds. I bought 2 sets of springs, enough to do a whole kit that started out, and they're rated tile by color, like brown, green, blue, red, orange. I bought 2 complete sets of springs, and I put the 2 smallest ones in, which were 4.5. And we're going to go from there. I'm going to try to run it, and this whole turbo thing's new to me. I'm going to try to keep it on the VP MS109. It's good to, they say 13.5 to 1 compression. It's highly oxygenated. We did have to buy a new MSD box. I bought one that's got the boost timing retard set up for it. We got that bought. The turbos we got from On3 Performance. They'll be here the 27th. I think the ignition box will be here Wednesday. I bought it through Summit. It'll be here Wednesday, and all the stuff to go with it. I bought another spring kit for the distributor because I can't find mine, the rest of mine, because I have my distributor currently sprung with one medium, one light spring in it. And when I set the timing on it out here, what I did was held it at about $3 grand, turned the distributor till it revved the highest, and I locked it down. Old drag race thing you do at the track. My dad used to do it, and you know, an NA motor, and that's where I set it at for now. But we'll have to reset the timing. I've got everything to do the oil lines, pressure side and drain side. I'm going to put a 12 AN drain on it, and of course a dash 4 feed, but I'm going to make the hoses up for it, or I'll go buy some of them dash 4. Buddy say I'm using braided brake lines. That's what a buddy of mine's using on his. Most likely going to go what I think for now is a 750, but an 850 Demon blow through carburetor. I've talked to people on YouTube and watched their videos. People like Billy Hoskinson's dad, and the setup on Billy's truck and what they went through. Of course, they got a CSU carburetor from Kevin. Eric the Car Guy's running one of the Demons and had really good success with it. I've got another gentleman, I can't think of his channel, it's got an S10 carburetor. He's running a Demon on a LS motor that's carbureted, a 750, and had real good luck with it. They're about $750-ish versus the quick fuel carburetor that's like $1,000, and it's red anodized, and I don't want red anodized on it. Red and green, it just won't go together. I'm sorry, I am going to keep my color scheme somewhat matching. We've talked about possibly either putting it like on an E85, or we've even thought about putting it on methanol, which methanol comes with its own set of headaches. I've run alcohol on a blower motor. I know what that entails. So that's not new to me. I know what that situation is. But as far as intercooling it, I found an intercooler I think will work. I'll have to relocate the trans cooler that's below that little radiator that I got sitting out there, which is actually an air-to-water intercooler radiator. I can move the tranny cooler down and out of the way. I can relocate it if I have to, put it under the truck back there or something, but where it can still get airflow. But I think this intercooler, and what it is, it's like 28 by I think 8, and it's got 2 inlets on one side and 2 inlet outlets. So basically air will come in this side and come out this side. Same thing on the bottom, you can come in this way and out the other one, and the bottom 2, instead of being straight, are angled up, which will actually help me. I can just hole saw through the core support under the headlights, as long as the side where the water pump's at doesn't give me a problem. And if I have to maybe notch the back of the grill out a little bit to make the bends to come into it, I'm going to buy it. It's $109. I'm going to try it. I'm going to spend the money. If I don't, I can always find somebody else who can use it. You never have usually a problem getting rid of performance parts, especially new ones, even used ones. So I've got that other intercooler, but it won't work, and it's extremely heavy. That thing is like 25 pounds. But that's our plan. We're going to boost it. And like I said, we're going to start out somewhere between 8 to 10 pounds. And if it likes it, you know, I might push it up to 12. But I'm not going to go any more than probably 15 or 16 max. The engine will take it, but I'm not going to do it. The converter was set up for boost. The rear end was geared for boost to be turboed. So it has a taller gear in it than you would want with a nitrous motor. But it has no problem getting after it, even with that gear in it. And we started out, we put a 355 gear in it. But as I get more and we start doing the stuff to it, I'll video us ripping the intake off. I'll video us doing everything that I can as we're doing this. I know a lot of people were kind of a little bothered by the fact that I didn't turbo it and I give up on it. I didn't really give up on it. I just needed to walk away from it for a while. And I had so many other things going on. I was replacing 11 new windows in my house at the time. And I had to cut the holes out bigger and mess with the siding and all that, getting that right. Getting the basement set up, which our basement's like a 2-bedroom apartment, kind of rehashing it, redoing it for the mother-in-law who's staying with us now. And now on top of it, my oldest, when he left the other night after doing all this turbo stuff, smacked a deer. So now I've got to fix that, which is going to involve cutting, it's an 05 Malibu, cutting the radiator support out, and new hood, fender grill, bumper, air box, air cleaner box. It's a mess. I'll make a video of that too, and as we're doing that. So, and then of course we've got Christmas coming up, and grandson's birthday and daughter's birthday are both the 23rd. He was born on her birthday, his mama's birthday. And then we got Christmas, the day after Christmas, is my oldest birthday. So we got a lot going on, and money's going to have to go for Christmas, of course. But we're going to get on it. By spring, it will be ready to go, if not before. So just kind of watch the videos. And again, I've been wanting to do so much more stuff live as we're doing it. I'm going to try to do that. I've got the camera set up. We tried it once when I did the revs video on the truck. The sound on it is okay. You know, it's not a high dollar camera, it wasn't a cheap camera, but it sounded all right. So we're going to start doing that. It gives me longer record time, and I can just set it up over in the corner and go. I ain't like setting my phone up on a shelf and propping it up with something and having to keep looking at it, because, you know, it loads up the memory and then it kicks off, which the new phone's got a terabyte of memory now, so I don't have to worry about it if I use my phone. So, you know, I got a new Motorola G9, so, and I've got it set up with a memory card, so I got a terabyte of memory. But we're going to do this, and we're going to do it blow through. Everyone's going to learn. If you have any advice and you see in the videos, if I'm having trouble, I'll reach out to the YouTube community. There is a wealth of knowledge out there, and most of these guys will have no problem if you message them or leave a comment. They will tell you to email them or whatever. Even some of them I've had tell me, call me up and talk to me. So with that being said, everybody, just watch the videos. Everybody be safe, stay away from the corona, and God bless. And I'll put more up when I've got more to show everyone. And everyone, again, I'm at like 946 or 48 subs. Again, thank you to everyone sub to the channel. If you leave a comment or you want information, for some reason I'm not getting the comments when they post. I'm not getting notified, so I have to go back and look at the videos, which I try to do at least once or twice a week. If you got any questions on anything I did that I can help you with, just email me at backyardbuilttrucks1, it's all one word put together, at gmail.com, and I'll do my best. Or if you're friends with me on Messenger, hit me up that way at the Backyard Belt Trucks Facebook page, and I'll try to get back to you as much as I can and as soon as I can. But if I ignore you, just keep hounding me. Just keep hounding me, and I'll get to it. I'm the world's worst about forgetting stuff. So, again, everybody be safe. Thanks for all the subs, the new subs. God bless, and I'll put more up later.